and welcome to vlog number 7 in this series of World Cup vlogs brought to you by edgeofplay.com. We're a free coaching resource, coaching videos, downloadable session plans. Come along, check it out, subscribe for free and join this community of coaches that's growing every day. Today's vlog I want to look at the Germany versus Mexico game. A fascinating group match. A real clash of styles. Mexico had a definite plan to try and break up the rhythm of Germany's build-up play. With Mexico in a pretty much a 4-3-3 and Germany in a 4-2-3-1. Germany like to play through Kroos. He can be like the heartbeat of the team, sending the ball out, building up the play, and then they can try and utilise these areas once they've got control. So if you can shut down that playmaker, that player that gets on the ball, you can disrupt their play, and that's what they did. So the ball's coming out here, normally Kroos would come and get on the ball, Villa followed him round. The only way Kroos could find space was to move out of this area where Villa was marking him. If Mexico stole the ball, they were very keen to get forward straight through the middle. They would come straight through on the attack and burst through. So it's almost as if they urged the German midfield to move out of this deep midfield area to free it up. When Mexico did win the ball back then, they had this space to run into and they had a lot more pace in that area. They could not prevent the balls then from here being played into Layun and Lozano, and there's so much pace in that front line. I noticed that the ball should have been going into this channel. The counter-attack, they just didn't release it there. If they had just released it that bit sooner from midfield, it could have created even more opportunities to actually finish on goal. I noticed early on that Mexico were looking to play out from the back, and Germany basically said, we're going to mark you tight here, we're not going to allow you to play there. But the thing, Mexico then just went straight to the middle. The amount of times the ball was played in and Hernandez was able to lay the ball off. Once you're in this situation and you are in a foot race, you draw the man in and then it becomes who can be quicker. And they were able just to get ahead of them and get into this situation each time. Hernandez would lay off and then spin in. When Hernandez did come in to meet the ball, the Germans have a decision then. Now, if you had two holding midfielders here, you could be soaking up that player coming in and keep your centre-back here, keep him in the space. Because what Hernandez likes to do is bring you into here, free up this space and spin in behind. And then he knows he has you for pace. If you're going to go into that position with Hernandez, you're going to have to win the ball. You're going to need to win it. If you're not going to win the ball, you need support from your midfield to soak that movement into there, and then you can stay in here. Then even if the midfielder does run in behind, he can pick him up. Kimmich often pushing on down this right hand side. So we have a situation then where the ball gets played in to Hernandez. Ball gets played into Hernandez, German centre-back's drawn in. You end up with one centre-back covering this space. Once the ball's set back, there was just so much space for players to run into. When Germany are throwing their fullbacks forward, they can completely outnumber you in this area and they can dominate the play so much that you don't get on the ball and they know eventually they'll pick a killer pass. It was a very bold risk by Mexico to kind of not pull in your wingers into defensive duty, to ask Bayer to come in deeper. What they tended to do was let their wingers almost stay further forward even when they were defending, not necessarily to track him all the way in, just to block off and be aware of that. That they backed themselves to kind of win one-on-one situations. When the ball was won back, they just had this scenario where they were able to attack at pace and outnumber the Germans. Exhilarating to watch, great to see a team take risks against a team that was expecting to beat them. A lot is made of the German mentality, and it's for good reason. They tend to produce players that aren't overly fazed by adversity. They didn't want to adapt their play for how Mexico were outmanoeuvring them. The problem with counter-attacking like Mexico did, it takes one heck of a lot of fitness to be able to maintain that. The runs that players are making when they receive the ball back, they were making 40, 50 yard bursts into space. And these runs eventually take their toll on your players. I feel like Mexico started to tire, so Germany did start to control the game. They did start to get their fullbacks on the ball and make the most of this extra players attacking positions. They still weren't getting in behind the Mexicans, and I do wonder whether those punchy counter-attacks from the Mexicans early on just put a bit of doubt into the German minds. If you imagine when you're about to play a pass, say from Kimmich's example here, you might decide to play a ball into Ozil's feet in a tight area. Let's just imagine that scenario. Imagine if in this situation, you're not getting tracked all the time by, in this case, Lozano here. And he's kind of he's half covering you, but he's also looking at the space you're leaving behind. In his mind as he plays it, he's aware this is given away. You've got a foot race on and you're starting behind in this race. They were really good at being compact in here, getting into this area here, and then when they won the ball back, just spreading out very quickly, and then exploit the German lack of pace, relative lack of pace in this area. So Germany then threw on Mario Gomez, and I suppose that is the signal that they're going to try and put more ball into box. That wasn't a problem for Mexico really. They were happy to bring on Marquez at the back, 5 at the back, because they said, right, Germany, you're going to try and get ball in box, well, we're going to flood the box then. And they still had this ability from there to break out from that position. So how could Germany have prevented this? If they had had a centre midfielder whose role was to be a blocker in here to stop the ball coming into Hernandez, when Hernandez came in to have let the centre back stay in position, their role is to try and block off here, make it difficult, and they need to be athletic, they need to be quick around the pitch in this area. Then maybe they could have stopped some of these counter-attacks before they began. But even if the ball does go wide, this player can drop into here and the centre-back can come across, so you're not outnumbered. And I think Germany didn't really want to adapt. There was a bit of an attitude of, why should we have to adapt for Mexico? Now when they had a friendly recently, in Mexico had more of the ball, so this was not totally expected that Mexico would play in this manner. They definitely seemed to have adapted their tactic to play Germany, and that's great to see, isn't it, as a coach, that a coach can come up with a plan to nullify a key area of Germany and then exploit areas of the pitch. Exciting to see a team using counter-attacking really so effectively as well. Hope you found this vlog interesting. Please do follow us on all the usual areas, YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, but for us most importantly, we'd love you to come along to the site. Everything's for free. Give us feedback if you can. We want to improve and keep growing the site as we go along. I look forward to speaking to you all again in the next vlog, where I'll be looking at the England against Tunisia game.